Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. It's Halloween season, so you know what that means. The obligatory Saw movie. So it has been quite a while actually since we've had a Saw movie. They used to come out every single Halloween and they used to be like, oh, it's Halloween, it's Saw. And it actually has been since 2010 when Saw, the final chapter, came out. And like a lot of people, I thought Saw was done with. I didn't think we were ever going to see another Saw movie. They pretty much ran their course. I don't know what else you could possibly do. But they tried it. They tried to make another Saw movie. And the key word is they tried to make another Saw movie. So when this movie first started, I'm not going to lie, I had no anticipation for this movie. I like the first Saw a lot, and I've watched all the franchise, and I do kind of enjoy the movies. But when it first started, they played that Jigsaw music, and you have like the twisted picture thing go on and everything. I was like, oh man, I remember this. I remember watching the Saw movies. It was kind of just nostalgia coming back on. And that is where like it just stopped for me. Like after the opening credits and people started talking, the dialogue started going on. Oh, it's just, yeah. So like a lot of the later Saw movies, this one is pretty much about some detectives trying to find out who's killing people in the same methods as Jigsaw. As far as performances go, you know you're going to not get some great performances. I thought the performances in the first one were okay. They've gotten progressively worse, and this is probably the worst acting in any of them. It's so over the top and ridiculous. There's nobody really of note in it. The main guy he's on The Glades. If you remember that show, he was on that show. And the main girl that's taking place in the game is the old Supergirl from Smallville. So that's about it. That's about the acting caliber that you're getting in this movie. And obviously, I know it's Saw. I'm aware that this isn't about the acting. It's about the gore. It's about the horror. And I'm a big horror fan. In fact, I really do like the Saw franchise. And I liked the first Saw a lot. This one totally feels like it misses the point of what makes the first Saw great. The gore in it is so ridiculously over the top like it's gotten in the other movies. But it's so CGI'd. It's like nothing about it feels authentic. It doesn't feel ridiculous to watch because it's not. Look, this looks so fake. It doesn't even look real. The things going on don't make any sense most of the time. Like I said, there's a ton of CGI gore in it, and none of it felt well executed. Like, while some people don't like gore in their movies, there's a way to do it where it looks really real and it looks really like it's so unsettling to watch. I know the whole time when I was watching this, I don't know if I'm desensitized, but I was just like, this is just stupid. And oh my gosh, the characters are so dumb. But I mean, that's a Saw movie. But the cops, every time they would go back to the cops trying to figure out what's going on with the detectives, they'd be like, oh, but Jigsaw's dead. He has to be dead. Haven't we been doing this? Like the past couple Jigsaw movies, like, oh, he's dead. He can't be doing this. He's dead. I'm going to save some stuff for the spoilers, but I'm just sick of that. As for the traps that are in this game, because I mean, that's what people come to see us. They want to see the traps. They want to see the game. They want to see what's going on. I mean, there's some creative ones. I mean, a lot of it felt old and stale. Like, it just felt like they were using the same kind of ideas they'd done before. Because, I mean, like I said, this franchise had run its course, and this one probably shouldn't have been made. The story was over, it was done, and they decided, you know what, let's give it one last ride. There's two kind of twists to what's going on in the story, and I really hated one of them, and the other one was just like, that's fine, I don't really care. But the one twist just bothered me. It did something with a movie that I hate. I hate it, and I'm going to talk about it in spoilers. I hate this thing about the movie. I really wish they would have just totally not went that route on this. So, as far as horror movie goes, there are worse horror movies. This isn't a good movie. It's probably a bottom half of the Saw franchise, but that's not saying a lot because there's some really bad Saw movies, especially that last one, the final chapter. But I think that as far as horror movies go, this isn't the worst thing in the world. I've seen a lot worse horror movies, and there are times where it is honestly funny to watch. Like, there's things about it, and they use this humor, and there's one-liners in it, and like little comebacks that sound so stupid. Like, I had to be written on purpose to sound dumb. There's no way that they thought like that line was going to come off funny. Like, okay, so in the beginning of the movie, I'm just going to say it's the beginning of the movie, you even see it in the trailer, there's a guy who is killed, and he has a bucket on his head, and he's laying on the examiner's table, and the person that's doing the coroner's doing the exam on him is like, oh, look what happened to him. And she's like, oh, he looks pretty pale. Like, the pale on his head. Oh my god, it was stupid. I probably butchered that line, but it's really stupid. But if I'm going to rate this movie, I'm going to be a little soft on it, because it is so kind of just so dumb and like poorly edited and executed that it's kind of funny. Like I say, edited. They literally jump back and forth between the cops talking and like the game going on, and it just, the clashes of tone are really funny. Like, there's one part where this person is like literally being killed, and it flashes this guy playing catch with his daughter, and it's just really stupid. And the way they decided to edit things together, oh man, it's not a good movie. But if I'm gonna rate it, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10, just for entertainment value alone of how kind of dumb it was, and it's a Saw movie. Like I said, it's probably not the worst Saw movie, but it's definitely down there. It's definitely bottom half. And yeah, it's done. Like, I think it was done in 2010, and it's definitely done now. Really don't make another one. Please don't make another one. So if you want to click off now, I'm going to talk about a few spoilers. I have to talk about them, because if you've seen some of the Saw movies, they throw some ridiculous plot twists in them, and I want to talk about the plot twist in this movie because it just really bothered me. So the main plot twist is when you get to the end of the movie, and it's the final like thing, and you think you're going to know what's going on, and then you find out that the protagonist, the guy the whole movie, the detective coroner guy, the whole movie is actually the bad guy. And he's been setting up this huge game to replicate a game that Jigsaw had played 10 years ago. And the game that you're watching throughout the movie is actually an old game from 10 years ago, so it's not even taking place at the same time as the rest of the movie. And I hate that, because there's literally no way you could know that. It doesn't make any sense. It's a total just like cop-out at the end of the movie, because the whole movie they're making you believe that Jigsaw's still alive. They even have a scene in the movie where Jigsaw, John Kramer, comes out and he's talking to the contestants like in person alive, and you're like, there's no way, he's dead. This doesn't make any sense. And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, that whole thing, that was in the past. This is actually made a second game that's identical to this game to match it, so I could get you to confess to doing things. And it's just, that was just it's a stupid idea. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see it coming, because there's literally no way you could see it coming. There's no clues throughout the movie. They show this thing at the end where they're like, oh, look how he was manipulating this whole thing the whole time. No, he wasn't. Okay, there's no way this guy was with John Kramer for 10 years previous to this whole event happening, and you don't hear about it in any other Saw movies. You don't know anything about this. It just doesn't make sense. It's a totally made-up thing. I know it's a movie, but it totally throws off the continuity of the other movies. And this movie, even of itself, has a lot of continuity and like logic jumps in it that just don't make any sense. And I honestly want to start laughing at the end of the movie when you see this, if you see this. The bad guy at the end, he's doing like this monologue, and he's like going on to the other guy about how he did it, and he's just like straight-faced. In the whole movie, he's very charismatic, and he's like a likable character. At the end, he just goes straight-faced. He's like, I did this because these people deserve to die, and you know that what you did, you need to confess. And it's just, it's dumb. And the acting is so bad that was probably the best part, is him going from such a charismatic character to just some weird stoic supervillain at the end of the movie. Yeah, the end of the movie was pretty disappointing. I was surprised, because there's literally no way you could know that this was going to happen. It's not like really good twist movies. Like, I'm going to say, for my money, the best twist in the movie is Sixth Sense. And the fact that you can go back and watch that movie, and you can see the whole time along, like, you could have figured out that, spoiler alert, Bruce Willis was a ghost. But, like, there's no clues. There's literally no clues. And the things that happen in it don't make any sense. Very manipulative. The whole movie, after you watch it, has no value, because you just saw it, and it literally, there's nothing about it to go back and watch and pick up on stuff, because it's not a thing. Like, there's no way to pick up on things. They even show, like, a little sleight of hand thing he did that he clearly didn't do earlier in the movie. But, you know, that's the nature of a twist, I guess. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and what is your favorite Saw movie? I mean, I feel like the first one is an iconic movie, and it really launched the career of James Wan, and it does everything that's great about Saw. Like, it does the grittiness, and like the cringiness, and like the very serious. It's not goofy. Like, they got goofy. This is a very serious movie, and I think the first one's just a great film, but let me know what you think. Some of the other ones are not that bad either. And yeah, see you guys.